As a wrap up, James, with our integration, can you explain how we're positioned against some of the other players in the market?
Yes, certainly. So we've been doing clinical system integration for about 13, 14 years. We were the first to do it in the UK as a concept, working with EMIS. Since then, a lot of other integration partners have come along, and it must be very confusing for customers because if they see someone as a SystmOne or EMIS integration partner, then they think all integrations must be the same. However, that's not the case. So very important to understand how we do our integration. So there's two ways it can be done. It is possible to use the APIs for the clinical systems to look up a telephone number, and you can find a match to that as a patient, and then it would let you select that patient, and that might be okay, but in real life that's probably only about 50% of calls that a GP surgery receives. Why is that? Because there are lots of scenarios where the caller's telephone number isn't actually the patient you need to see. So to us, we take demographics from the clinical system and use those to intelligently match against inbound calls, all types of inbound calls, and we supplement that with additional information from the clinical system. So by the time the telephone number gets passed to us, it isn't just a telephone number to look up, it's a patient with their demographics. We know all the other patients that live at the same address, so if they're ringing on behalf of their children or it's the husband's picking up the wife's phone, we can show you those patients. We will show you the registered practice so we can cope with interacting with more than one clinical system at a time in a call centre or hub. We can give bespoke non-clinical notes that will help deal with communication. They can see warnings, they can see priority tasks and alerts. We can link a carer's number to a patient if the patient's targeted for other activities such as signposting or as a clinical priority. And of most importance, we know if the call is from a non-patient and can show that. And then lastly, because we've got all the demographics, to us, a number that isn't matched is automatically a new number that we give workflow to accurately capture. So just to bear in mind that when someone says they integrate to SystmOne or EMIS, all integrations aren't the same.
That's great. So in a nutshell, it's a far richer integration experience which improves the effectiveness and efficiency of the contact centre staff in every conversation.
It is. The key thing is it's middleware. So because it's middleware, it's got functionality and features all of its own. It's not just a plug-in from the telephone system to try and look up a number.